We got a little something for the USC fans today. I know you're waking up, still in disbelief. Still can't believe that it actually happened. Sorry to hear that y'all lost, but maybe this will help you kind of get over that a little bit. But you have to look at this song because it's real important too. There's a part that sympathizes with you a little bit. How does it feel, Trojan fans? How does it feel? Well, I can't say I was shocked that USC lost, but I expected it. And now, as I woke up this morning, I had to listen to Mark Willard on ESPN 710 say this. USC fans, you don't have the better team anymore. USC fans, you don't have the better team anymore. And the way USC season has kind of like been summed up in that game, it said a lot. I mean, before I looked up, it was 24-0. Or excuse me, 17-0 in the first quarter. And USC just looked overmatched. They looked like they were not ready to keep dishing it out. UCLA was hyped up on the sidelines. USC was kind of looking like, okay. And again, it didn't help that they played uncharacteristic of Marquise Lee to fumble the ball. I should say it, because he usually doesn't do that. Matt Barkley throwing his interceptions. Yeah. He played a typical Matt Barkley game. 300 yards, a couple touchdown passes, and a couple of interceptions. And again, I don't know how UCLA did. I mean, USC, again, put up big offensive numbers. I think they had, if I'm not mistaken, they had 500 total yards of offense, once again. And they still lost because of the little things. They couldn't stop the run. They could not limit UCLA's offense, and they made mistakes. They made mistakes point blank. They had 513 yards of offense, outgained UCLA by over 100 yards, and they still lost. So it's not the offense's problem. It's the defense. It's the offensive line struggling to guard against a fast, physical line, as we saw against Stanford. So where does USC go from here? I mean, we can talk about the game if you want. I mean, they played with fire. There was a point where I thought USC scared me when they cut the lead to 24-20, but that extra point came back to bite them because right after they missed that, UCLA scored right again. And again, I apologize. If you didn't watch the last video, I explained my voice is a little messed up because I sang in a concert with my choir on Sunday. So my voice may be a little bit gone for that. I apologize. But still, I had a better weekend than USC, though. But here's the bigger question. Matt Barkley's out for Notre Dame. Anthony Barr came in, tackled him, clean hit on his shoulder. He's out for next week's game. And as my buddy Rashawn Haylock for Fox Sports reported, Matt Barkley will never get the chance to play Notre Dame at the Coliseum. He missed the 2010 game. So his USC career is going to end in a bowl game, not at the Coliseum. So, and who knows how long he's out for, because USC doesn't disclose injury. So we don't know if he's going to miss the bowl game, but I'm sure that he'll be ready in a month to get ready, so he'll get to play his last game. How much would that suck if that was his last game, though? So anyway, Lane Kiffin got a vote of confidence that he's coming back next year, which can mean two things. The good thing is that he'll be back. The bad news is that it's the vote of confidence before the axe comes swinging. And again, USC didn't show any fight. You have all the arrogance of a Lane Kiffin team where they think they're going to go on the field and do well, but the little things came back to hurt them. So, I mean, Lane Kiffin's coming back. Is his dad going to come back? Monty Kiffin? Is he going to come back as head coach? I mean, what are they going to do? They got to do something. They can't bring that staff back and expect them to be better with a worse team coming back next year. And I kind of said this after the game. This could be just a changing of the guard, not for UCLA, but for USC too, because next year, the sanctions that they got hit against in 2009 are going to start affecting the scholarship because they backloaded them. So that means they recruited a lot of guys early, and they pushed some of them back so they can spread it out a little bit. So now you're going to start seeing a smaller class for USC. Now, does that mean they're not going to still get talented kids? No, they're going to get great kids, but they're going to have problems with depth. They're not going to have as deep a team as they used to have. But we're going to see what happens because you're going to see next week or this Saturday who their new quarterback is probably going to be Max Whittick. And Max Whittick, decent quarterback. I wasn't too impressed with him in high school. I saw him play a couple times. Modern Day lost to Carson 2 years in a row with him. They almost lost to Jordan, LA Jordan High School. And I want to say LA Jordan beat them. No. They almost lost to LA Jordan. They lost to Carson twice with him. So, and they lost in the Trinity League and the Pac-5 to Servite. So, he really wasn't spectacular. He was a good quarterback, but not spectacular. So you're going to see on Sunday what the future looks like, and it may not be pretty. So what's going to happen? I mean, they got to face Notre Dame this week, the number one team in the nation. When's the last time USC has been a underdog to UCLA and Notre Dame in the same year? I can't recall. So, all that said, and this is the funny thing, I'm actually hoping they do well against Notre Dame because I don't want Notre Dame to go to the national championship game. I really, really don't. But the thing is that USC is going to get the pants kicked out of them because they got to send a rookie quarterback to face one of the best defenses in the country. Good luck. With all the ESPN lights, ABC lights, Mezzy Tail is going to want to have a big statement in that game. And seeing a young quarterback, chops will be licked. So it's going to be real interesting because he's going to win that game of the year. They're not going to let Silas Red and Curtis McNeil run on them. So I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be real, real interesting to see what happens to USC against Notre Dame and from here on out because next year, no Matt Barkley, arguably no Robert Woods, who again did not get the ball enough times. I hate to say it, man, USC messed with that kid's money. They messed with his money not giving him the ball as much this year. Because now it looks like either he's got a choice to make. Either he can come back or he can try to go pro based on his body of work. So we'll see what happens. But again, final words for USC fans this week. In the immortal words of one Mr. Sean Carter. Peace. Oh, Jim Morrison on background vocals too. UCLA man.
ROC, we running this rap. Memphis Bleak, we running this rap. B-Mac, we running this rap. Freeway, we running this rap. Old Spark, we running this rap. Chris and Neat, we running this rap. The Takeover, the break's over. God MC, me, Jehovah. Hey, little soldier, you ain't ready for